Welcome back to my channel Kuluru Vineeth. So today we'll continue the same arrays playlist. So today's question is finding union of two sorted arrays. Okay, this is what the question looks like. Given two arrays. So let's take an example here. The first input array is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and other array is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. And then finally our output should be union of the above two arrays. This is what the output should look like. Fine, right? So our question is clear now. So now coming to the simple and basic intuition for this approach is take an extra array and traverse both the input arrays and see if that extra array is containing any element of array 1 or array 2. If not, push that into extra array and finally return that extra array, right? So right, let me start writing down that approach. Approach 1, traverse both arrays and keep pushing to extra array. Okay, so let me name this as approach 1 and we'll have two input arrays. So let me name them as nums1 and nums2 and return type would be again list. And now let me take one extra array and name that as the union array. Okay, so this should be this. Fine. So straight away traverse the array 1 first and then array 2, then push elements to the union array and at the end return them. Okay, what we check is if this extra array contains that current element we are at. If not, I will just add it to the this extra array. Okay, do the same for second array. Check the same if this contains that element. If not, we push to this array and finally what I will do is return this union array. So this array will contain the required result which we are desiring for. Fine. Okay, this was the approach 1. Now coming down to the time and space complexity, since we are traversing array twice, so it will be order of 2n, and also here you see we are using contains. That means it's kind of again traversing this extra array. That maximum size would be order of n. So the time complexity for this approach would be order of n square. Okay, and space would be order of n since I'm using one extra array to store the result. So this was the approach 1. Okay, fine. Is there any other approach again to solve this question? Since the arrays are already sorted, we'll go straight away and use 2 pointers and keep traversing both the arrays and push the unseen element into the union array, right? So let me write down that approach 2 using 2 pointers. Let me name this as approach 2. Okay, and input remains the same and return type also remains the same. We'll take same one extra array to store the result and take 2 pointers. Okay, so now what I'll do is I will traverse both the arrays parallelly. Sorry, I forgot here. Okay, so the condition check would be same again. When this nums1 of I is less than nums2 of j, just a second, nums2 of j, okay, I think I missed yes here. What I'll do is I will push this element and increment the I. So let me put this in bracket this way, okay, and now just quite vice versa of the above condition. I will just push jth element of second array and increment that j, okay. Else what we will do is we will just push any of the element of input array, since we just want union. So and then I'll increment both pointers I and j parallelly. So this was the thing, but there is a condition that the sizes of the two arrays may not be same, so we'll end up with some other elements of array 1 or array 2 are not explored. So in that situation what we will do is we again check separately for each array and see, we separately check and then we keep pushing that element into union array, okay, and increment this I, and do the same for second nums2 as well, okay. So I will add this, right, and finally at the end we return that union array. So this would give us the required answer, that is the union array, okay. Now coming down to the time and space complexity, since we are traversing arrays just once, so max time complexity is order of n and the space again remains the same order of n, since we are using one extra array to store our required answer. So this was our second approach using 2 pointers, right. Now coming down to another approach, final approach, straight away using the inbuilt union function provided, okay. So I will write down that approach 3 using union function, okay. So let me name that as approach 3. Again the input parameters remain same, so I will, and also return type also remains same, okay. Just same as the yesterday's question, where there we used intersect, here we'll use union, okay. So I will first convert this into the set and then apply union, and then convert second array also to set, and then finally convert this to list, okay. So this was our third approach, which would give the union of two arrays. So time complexity would be again order of n, and space would be order of 1, fine. So now let's write mean function and start executing all three approaches and compare output of each approach. yes, I will take nums1 off. Okay, and let me use the same example I showed you here. Okay, and do the same for nums2 as well. And now initialize the object of the above class I have created, that is finding union of two sorted. Okay, and now let's store the result of approach 1 by calling respective function, and then print that approach. Let me print that approach 1 and traverse that array, and then print this array, and do the same for approach 2 and approach 3, and rename to respective function names. Right, so now let's execute and see what the output looks for each approach. Okay, see, let me print here new line so that it will be clear for us. Now execute this. Here the output of approach 1 and approach 2 is what we are expected, and but here coming to the approach 2 it is different. So I think we missed something here. Did we miss? Okay, did I miss here something? Somewhere we missed an approach to so yeah, this is where instead of referring to Z, I was referring to I. That is why we see the difference in the output of the approach 2. Okay, so now let's execute it and see if the output matches now. Yeah, as we see, the output for approach 1, approach 2 and approach 3 are same. Okay, so yeah, this is it for this video. Thank you so much. Keep watching. There will be a lot more content coming up your way. Thank you.